So here we have the Jeabrother hunting outdoor camping fruit knife is how it's kind of listed on Amazon. And there's no model number that I can find as far as like a name of the knife and what they call this knife. I just saw it on Amazon and I thought it looked like a nice knife. It needs to be cleaned a little bit where you see the writing here, but 9CR18MOV is the steel. It did come with one small scratch on the blade here. Other than that, it looks very, very good. The jimping on this blade is unusually sharp. It's almost like a saw blade, but you can press on it without getting cut, without getting hurt. I thought it looked like a nice shape and nice handle, nice size. Just the blade is a nice size, the handle's a nice size. I can get 4 fingers on here inside of the bird beak, so I think that is really nice. It's got a nice lanyard hole. Everything is pretty flush. I don't feel any high spots as I work my way down the handle here. The blade is very, very thin. Let's just try to take a look at how thin the blade actually gets to. The Amazon ad says hollow grind, but to me it looks like a flat grind. I could be mistaken, but it appears to me to be flat. But very, very slicey. I mean, they take this blade from thick here really quickly down to a narrow edge here. And they pretty much started their edge right there. I mean, this here could even be sharpened too if you wanted to moving forward. And it actually is a little bit sharp right here. So they really didn't give you a sharpening choil on this knife. And I kind of liked that about this knife, because if you're trying to cut things on a cutting board or anything like that, you can lay this belly of the knife flat down and just start cutting through things. A lot of knives, have a cutting edge that is obstructed by a finger choil. Maybe the finger choil kind of comes down past the blade, and so you can't really use this first part of the belly to do any slicing. So I don't know much about this steel. I don't know much about this brand. All I know is that this knife was $29 on Amazon. I thought it looked nice, and I wanted to just put it in my hand and give it a try. And I'm really glad that I did. So for 29 bucks, I don't think you can go wrong with this knife. I do like the sweeping kind of trailing point. I wouldn't exactly call it a trailing point, but it's definitely not straight. It does sweep up a little bit. So overall, we got some orange, probably G10 liners. I'm thinking this is a G10 handle. I'm not 100% sure. But overall, it's just a really comfortable knife in your hand. It really is confident, inspiring because of the bird beak here. Your hand just fits in it really, really nice. I do have some pretty big hands, and it fits very comfortable in my hands. I also like that they, thinned out the handle here, and they gave you a swell right here where it fits in the palm of your hand. I really like when knife manufacturers do that. And I also like that they went from thin here to fat here. So it's kind of contoured, 2 ways. So you can kind of see here the contour. It's just really, really an interesting contour, and it really just fits in your hand, in the palm of your hand. That just lays in there. Really, really nice. If you were to look at it in this hand, let's see if I can show you. That's going to fit right in your hand real nice. So I love the handle design on this. I give this knife a 10 overall. I don't care about one scratch that came, you know. I'm sure that can be polished out or whatever you wanted to do, but you know, knives are meant to use. So did it come perfect? No, but I like it a lot. I would highly recommend it for 29 bucks. I don't think you can go wrong. I'm actually thinking of buying another one, to be honest with you, just because of the price. I mean, even if you're just talking about the sheath, I mean, somebody made this. You know, this is a pancake sheath, so it's a little bigger, but you know, a sheath like this can run you 15, 20 bucks by itself. And you get the whole knife for 29 bucks. You can't go wrong. So, you know, this is your standard belt clip here. We got the on and off position. When it's on your belt, you want to keep it in the on position. Or I'm sorry, you might want to keep it in the off position. But either way, it locks, so nobody can take it off. You could probably run this knife in scout style. I think right now it's designed to be run horizontally. And yeah, you could easily run this scout style. And I'm sure you could put this clip on either side as well. I don't think there's a right way or a wrong way that this sheath would go. You got a drain hole here. Looks like the drain hole needs to get cleaned out just a little bit, but there's definitely a drain hole there. Let's check out how this fits in the sheath. So you got a little bit of extra material here. Now you can already start to see that as I go past here, this is where I'd like my hand to be while the knife is fully sheathed. That way when I go to deploy this knife, I can have full purchase. I can have the bird beak down here and my finger fully purchased in the blade. And so I'd like it to be locked on the blade right about there. So you can see from here to here, we got some extra material. So it starts to cut into your purchase right here. So let's watch this as it goes into the sheath. And it's just about ready to be locked in there. Let's give it a little push. Really nice retention. It's not coming out of there. It does move around up in the sheath a little bit, but that's nothing a hair dryer and a little pressure can't fix. These sheaths are designed to be molded to the knife, so you could definitely, it does move around a little bit, but you know what? For 29 bucks, you get a nice sheath, nice clip, nice knife. And if you want to spend some time customizing the sheath so you can get a purchase on this, you know, that would make this much better. Overall, I'd give this knife a 10. For 29 bucks, can't go wrong. I'm not in the business of telling anybody where to buy things or how much to spend, but you know, when I saw this for 29 bucks, I thought, let's give it a shot and do a nice video and review on it, put it in hand and see if it's nice. But yeah, you could definitely trim the sheath off, you know, trim this out of here because it's pretty much being retained right here and possibly right here, you know, so you could definitely lose a lot of this sheath and open this up so you can just have a nice purchase. But now, can I get my pinky back here and still have my finger here and pull it out? Yes, I can. So I can still pull it out and be right where I need to be. So let's look at that again. I tuck my pinky back here and I have my pointer finger right on the sheath and I can still, this is a better view here. So I got my pinky where it needs to be and I can still push out and be ready with my finger right there. This spine on the knife is extremely sharp. If you wanted to strike a ferro rod, oh boy, it would be like a dragon. This tip of this knife is extremely sharp. Let's look at the grinds here. So the blade is so thin behind the edge. It's incredible how thin. The Amazon ad says they designed this blade to be thin and slicey, and I would definitely say it is. I just wiped the blade off a little bit there. I think the grinds are pretty even on both sides. Let's see how sharp it is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Very, very sharp. So guys, that's my review of this knife. It's in 9CR18 MOV steel. Great knife. Great knife. I think I could see myself putting this in the boat, taking it along fishing or hiking or anything like that. Would I trust my life on this blade? I don't know. I don't know enough about that steel. I do like that it's also beveled down here by the handle to give you a little bit of a pinch grip here if you want to cut some things like on a countertop or something. I think that's a nice feature. Everything's rounded over as far as the handle goes, no hot spots. Just overall beautiful knife. The spine is actually very thick. It's a very thick blade, but they just brought it down so quickly to the blade edge here. So I don't know. I think this is a flat grind if you ask me. So I think you go flat and you go all the way down to nothing basically, just and real slicey. If you wanted to slice, a tomato, I'm sure that would do it real well. I'm not in the business of really cutting paper and doing cutting tests for you guys. I know from experience this knife is sharp. And if you wanted to sharpen it and make it sharper, you definitely could do that too. But I like my knives factory sharp right out of the box. And if a knife isn't sharp, I will definitely tell you guys. And I've been asking YouTube as a whole, as a community, to please get my videos to manufacturers to help me do more reviews like these for you guys. I bought all these knives out of my own money, and so I'm doing these reviews, honest reviews, with knives that I've purchased. These are not given to me. I'm not giving any type of favoritism because a knife has been given to me for free. But in the future, moving forward, I would like manufacturers and knife makers to send me their knives for reviews, because it's, I can only do this for so long out of my own money. I don't anticipate making a ton of money on these videos from YouTube if I ever do. Hoping to get a lot of subscribers very quickly so I can generate some kind of income, even if it's a little bit of money to buy a new knife every so often for you guys to review. But if the community as a whole can help me out and get these videos out to the right people, I would really appreciate it. Just trying to do what I can. I got a lot of knives coming up for review here, and I just hope everybody that watches this subscribes, shares, comments, likes, just do all the things with the algorithm that you guys can do for me to help me out with this new channel. So I got a lot of quality knives. I've always liked knives my whole life, and I'm just recently getting back into knives, and I'm very impressed with the community and the businesses as a whole, and what they're putting out as far as quality. The production of these knives is really, really increased. Since I was a kid and playing with little old Rambo knives that would break, and just kind of cheap, costume type of knives. Now the knives and knife communities have gotten a lot more picky about what they want. So the manufacturers, I think, are producing really nice knives now. So again, here we're going to look at this on my phone real quick, because this is this is where I found the knife. It's on Amazon. It's called Jeabrother, and there's no name like a brand, like it's not a model number like called the Bushcraft, or it's just, that's what it is. And let me just go back here. But it says it comes in a black handle, but the picture's green. It comes in a green handle, and that's green, but 29 bucks. It's not bad.